So I am Don Verrilli, and I am the Solicitor General. The Office of Solicitor General represents the United States government in briefing and argument of cases before the Supreme Court. And that entails, of course, more than just the briefing and argument. It entails making decisions about when to ask the Supreme Court to take a case in which the United States is a party. It entails decisions about when the United States should participate as amicus curiae and when it should not. It entails decisions about what the United States will say in the cases where it is taking the matter to the court or participating as amicus, and what we won't say. And in addition to that, representation of the United States, and by the United States I mean the United States government as a whole, and also individual agencies and departments, and sometimes individual officials of the government. In addition to that work in front of the court, by law, the Solicitor General has to approve every appeal that the United States takes when it loses a case in the lower courts. And the United States loses a lot of cases every year, about 2,000. So about 2,000 times a year, I've got to make a judgment whether to authorize an appeal. And that's a fairly elaborate process. You might think, given how frequently it occurs, that it's a rote thing, but it really isn't. The lawyers in the executive branch and the Justice Department actually put a great deal of work into the judgments that are to be made about whether to seek an appeal in a case. If it's a criminal case, for example, the lawyers in the U.S. Attorney's Office who tried it will write a memo recommending whether they think there should be an appeal. That'll then go to the criminal division here at the Department of Justice, and the lawyers in the criminal division will write a memo themselves analyzing the question. Then it will go from the criminal division to an assistant solicitor general, a younger lawyer in this office, and that lawyer will write a memo with a recommendation. And then the deputy solicitor general, who's got the responsibility for that area, will put a recommendation on top of that, and that whole packet will then come to me as solicitor general to make an up or down judgment. And as I said, about 2,000 of those a year. So if you do the math, if I work 300 days a year, that's 6 or 7 every day. So it's more or less, pretty steady assembly line. They come through all the time. So that's a part of the job that is significant and requires a fair amount of investment from the lawyers in the office and in the executive branch generally. And then we do participate also in legal policy matters that aren't strictly bound up in cases before the court. Part of the Solicitor General's defined responsibility is to assist the Attorney General in carrying out the Attorney General's functions, and that can include providing guidance and providing advice and input on legal policy judgments that have to be made across a wide variety of areas, and that's something that I've participated in during my time here, and the lawyers in the office have as well.